hey, this is for you. Hamstring stretches. You have probably heard that tight hamstrings can affect your low back, which is true. And it can also affect how well you do other movements. It can affect how comfortable you are having to sit throughout the day, and the likelihood of straining your hamstring whenever you're running. So basically, hamstrings affect a lot of stuff. So what we want to do is for sure keep the hamstrings loose. And that's what we're going to do in this video. Because the hamstrings affect so many different movements, that means that we have to loosen them up in different ways. One stretch is not enough. All right, so here are the top 3 hamstring stretches. First one is going to be the classic or standard isolated hamstring stretch. You're going to start with your knee bent. From here, you're going to always make sure that your back is straight. If we round it out, we're going to be able to get into a deeper stretch, but that's relative flexibility, meaning we're creating a compensation somewhere else to be able to move further. And what happens is we don't get the stretch that we're really going for. So posture straight, back nice and straight, neutral position. Start with the knee bent. That's going to get you more hamstring to stretch. And then from here, pull the hip back as your chest comes down, maintaining that straight back, and you're going to get that hamstring stretch. Okay, from here, you can use your hands to kind of push that leg straight. Now, what we don't want is to feel, big tightness. We don't want to feel any pain. If anything, it should be mild to low discomfort, and then we're going to hold it there. So you can do a static stretch, which means you're going to hold it for 30 to 60 seconds, or you're going to hold, which I prefer, more dynamic movement, because it still gives you the flexibility you're looking for in the muscle, and it also helps kind of loosen up joint stiffness as well. So I'm going to hold for about 2 to 4 seconds, come out of it, pull my hips back, 2 to 4 seconds. Okay, the next one, a real sexy one to do. So what you're going to do is, from a standing position, feet about hip width apart, you're going to come down to the floor, bending the knees. Again, do your best to make sure your back stays as straight as possible. You can either grab the floor, grab your toes. From here, I want to keep my heels dug into the ground, and I'm going to drive my hips up, 2 to 4 seconds. Come down, and then back up, hold that stretch, 2 to 4 seconds. And each time you keep driving the knee further back to straighten out the leg, keep driving the hips further up, and make sure your back stays straight. If you can't keep your back straight at that position, as you come up, grab higher up on the legs. That way you can maintain that straight back. And then as your hamstrings become more flexible with time, you can start going lower and lower. For the third stretch, again, the hamstrings are involved in so many movements. So what we want to do is use them, stretch them in the different movements that we're also going to be using for our workouts and throughout the day. Starting that push-up position, bring the foot up, and then you're going to take that inside hand, drive the elbow towards the floor, up towards the ceiling, and you can keep doing the same side, or you can alternate, whatever floats your boat. Okay, and then from here, the idea is, as you become more flexible, getting that elbow all the way to the floor, still maintaining a neutral back. If we're having to round our back, we're taking away from the flexibility that we're trying to achieve. By maintaining optimal range of motion in your hamstrings, other things are going to move and feel better because of it. Remember though, that flexibility is a use it or lose it kind of thing. So if you're not maintaining your stretches, you're going to lose that flexibility. So keep stretching to stay loose. If no matter how much stretching you do, you just feel like your hamstrings are always tight, get with me so that we can find the best solution for you. Thank you for watching. This was for you.